Current and future empty nesters. Let's talk about 5 tips that you can do for your finances as an empty nester. Now, we've had this subject before, but there are so many topics in this area that I thought it'd be good to cover 5 more. So the first one we could talk about is downsizing your home. A lot of people think that when they become an empty nester, it may be time to downsize their home. And they may be correct. Downsizing to another location, maybe out of a very expensive state like California to a less expensive state like Florida, Texas, or Nevada, maybe that's in your plan. And that makes a lot of financial sense. For others who maybe have paid off their home or want to stay in their home, downsizing doesn't make a lot of sense because it's going to cost you money to downsize, essentially, especially if you're secure where you are. But think about your home, think about where you want to be in your future, and how that big expense, your biggest investment probably in your life, what you're going to do with that. And that is your home. So downsize, don't downsize, but think through what you want to do with your home, where you want to be in the future. The other thing to do is reassess or look at your retirement plans. You're now an empty nester. Perfect time to pull out those financial statements and see where you are on your retirement journey. Check with your financial status, check with your savings. If you have pensions, if you have IRAs, whatever you have coming to you in the future, think through that, get a good picture of where you are, and then you can hopefully build a plan for the future, how you can get to where you want to be, which is essentially retirement without any financial worries. The third thing is cutting unnecessary expenses. Now, everybody thinks when their children leave the house, they're going to be flush with money because they're no longer spending money on their children. Most likely, that's not true. Many parents are supporting their children as they're in their college journey or as they move out of the home for a little while, so they won't have extra money. But you will want to start cutting expenses or at least reprioritizing expenses through your empty nest years so you can do those things you want to do. You want to take that trip, you want to buy that car, you want to pay off your home, whatever those are, cut out the expenses you don't need, look through your budget, and try and focus on the things that are really important to you now that you are an empty nester. What was important 10 years ago may not be important today or in the next 10 years. Great time to reevaluate your finances and cut out expenses. Of course, we talked about looking at your financial picture. Social Security is a big part of your financial future. It's a big part of everyone's financial future. So look at your Social Security. You should be getting a statement online. You can register online to get a statement online. A lot of fraud out there. Just make sure you go to the right site. But you can see when you retire what your Social Security numbers will look like. And it changes. Whether you retire at 62, 65, 67, or 70, the amount of money you will receive will change pretty dramatically. So think about when you will need that money, when you can safely retire, and then aim for that target date. And the last one, maybe the most important one, is healthcare costs. So we all know, we've had parents, if you're an empty nester, you've had parents that are older than you, you can see healthcare costs starting to mount. Taking care of a parent full-time, taking care of yourself full-time in a home or in an adult community or having some sort of long-term issue, these are massive healthcare expenses. So look at your healthcare expenses. Think about saving for healthcare expenses in the future. Get a good snapshot, a picture of what Medicare may cover for you in the future and what your current benefits are and how long those benefits last. There's a lot packed into this top 5 financial tips or 5 financial tips for empty nesters, but it's something we should do. You're at that empty nest phase in your life, so think about those finances. Good luck.